following Newark's brutal murders, execution-style murders, by an illegal alien, allegedly. One presidential candidate is taking a stand against Newark's sanctuary city status.
Joining us from Denver is Colorado Congressman and Republican presidential candidate Tom Tancredo. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning, guys.
So I know that you would get a lot of attention with your comments recommending that the victims' families in the Newark shootings sue the city of Newark because you believe that the city is responsible, that they contributed to the actions of what happened there, right?
That is correct. And I have actually said this before and other times. Long before I was in position of running for president of the United States, I have encouraged the families of victims all over this country, including here in Denver, to pursue that same course. I have been going after sanctuary cities now for about 7 years.
And you believe, Congressman, that the city would be held responsible, even though you know that your critics are going to say that this one alleged illegal alien has been living in this country since he was 11 years old, and therefore some would say that he's a byproduct of the American lifestyle.
Well, I don't care what they say about it. I don't care how they try to rationalize this situation. Here are the facts. There were actually two here illegally, because one of them who had legal status, had been involved with the law several times, had gotten convicted, and at that point in time lost his ability to have legal status in this country. There were really two. But the fact is that when you have someone in this country illegally, breaking the law when they come in, then they commit another crime.
Right.
And that crime goes unreported to ICE. And therefore, ICE Immigration and Customs Enforcement, can never do what they need to do, grab the guy and get him out of here. Then that person goes on to commit a crime against a person or property. Then I'm telling you, the city is liable. And I don't know how these folks can look at themselves in the mirror every day and try to rationalize their way around it. If they had done what they were supposed to do, it is very possible that those guys would not be on the street and those kids would be alive today.
And Congressman, over the last year, we've covered stories where we talk about how people just driving down the roads, struck by drunk drivers who were illegal aliens in the country illegally, priors as well. It's the same thing. What has the reaction been from the victims' families? Are they embracing this idea? Are they saying, yeah, you know what, you got a good idea?
No, I do not know. I have not had any reaction from them. We did send a letter to one of the victims' families some time ago and just encouraging them to do that. I don't want to get that involved. I do not want to I don't want to be perceived as I'm pushing them and doing so at a time when they may be wanting to think about something else. I'm just encouraging them to think about this and do what they need to do one way or the other. I'm just saying that this has got to stop someplace, and one of the ways you can actually get at it is through the court system. I mean, cities and mayors, they're often held liable for the actions that the police take. And the city has to pay a bundle of money because somebody has done something. Well, in this case, I want them to be held liable for actions the police did not take, and did not take because they're sanctuary cities.
Let me ask you this. Is it legal to sue a city for this type of thing?
Well, sure.
It is?
Sure. Absolutely. As I say, cities are sued all the time for the things that police do. And they, oftentimes have to pay out huge amounts because the police have done something wrong. We hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Now, we have talked with lawyers. We've talked with lawyers in Washington, D.C. and with various organizations who assure us that the case could go forward. They believe that it's a good case here. If people wanted to, contact our office, I'll be happy to make the connection. But there are lawyers who have suggested to us, have told us right out, that absolutely we could go after the city.
All right. Congressman, what about Cory Booker, the mayor of Newark, who essentially has said to you, butt out, because he doesn't want this politicized?
Yeah, he doesn't want it politicized. What he doesn't want is anybody to shine the light on this